notes here. Got little notes here. We'll get ready here in just a second. Hey guys, I don't know if anybody's on yet, but we're here at Courtney Mitchell's place. Hi, hello.
Hello.
All right, so we're gonna get our stuff together, and we're gonna start here in just a second. You ready for this?
I am. Are you?
No. Okay. All right, guys. This is Shell, your rolling MC, and I am here tonight at Courtney Mitchell's place, and we are broadcasting. Hitting the Streets podcast is broadcasting here at Courtney Mitchell Photography. So today on the show, that is who I have. So Courtney, please introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about you.
Hello, everybody. I'm Courtney Mitchell, like Shell said, and you can find me downtown Sherman at 217 South Travis, right about half a block off the square. And what else do you want to know? That's a lot.
That was very great introduction. Okay, so one of my first questions tonight is, how did this come about? Why did you start, your photography business?
Well, it's a long story. This is my 12th year in business. Yes.
12 years? Really?
It is.
Oh, wow.
And photography is something that I always wanted to do, but I never did. I just watched my friends do it through college because I was going to be a lawyer.
You were going to be a lawyer?
Yeah,
I'm not, hey,
no.
I can actually see that.
No, that didn't happen. So I was given a camera for my 30th birthday and started taking pictures of my kids, like a lot of moms do. I mean, just is. And one of my high school best friends saw my pictures on Facebook, and she's a professional photographer, and she said, "Girl, you need to be doing this." And I didn't know how to use my camera. I was just on auto, clicking the button, going, "Oh, hey, yeah, put that on, we're gonna do this." So I looked up classes, tried to get into some photography classes here in Sherman, and I couldn't. Grayson didn't offer any. I couldn't find anything else in college, so I ended up going to Collin County College.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And took my first photography classes there, and that's where I got started. From there, I started talking to my family photographer, Anne-Marie Shoemake, who owned Lasting Images here forever.
Oh my goodness, yes, I remember. Okay,
yeah, she's
sure.
one of my mentors. I still talk to her about every other week or so. Hopefully, used to be more, but now she's in Arizona. So I asked her what to do if I wanted to do this as a job, and she told me to get in with Professional Photographers of America. So I did, and started going to their conventions, their schools, their training, and now it's been.
So what was your key driving force to start this, or your inspiration, who inspired you to start this photography?
I've always been creative. I've always had some kind of creative outlet, and I think I needed something to do. I was a stay-at-home mom, and I needed to get back to having a job. I needed to earn money. I needed to have my own project.
Sure.
And contribution. And
Understand.
I needed to show my kids that I could do something.
Do something. Yeah, I understand that. So one of my questions that I have that I'd like to ask is, what professional photographers have influenced your work, and how do you incorporate their techniques into your photography?
God, there's so many. Well, Anne Marie's a huge one because she took all of my family photography. I still have pictures that she took of my children on my desk in there. It's kind of part of being a professional photographer is education and going to classes and continuing that education, because you're never going to be a master of your craft. It's continuously learning, continuously picking up new techniques. So I've studied, because of that, I study with photographers all across the U.S. and I've mentored one-on-one with them several times. And so there's several photographers that I'm close with. Julia Kelleher in Oregon, I've gone out there several times.
Oh, wow.
And there's photographers in Louisiana, and there's several of them, but I've picked up several techniques from each one that kind of blend into my own style.
Gotcha.
So
Gotcha.
I can't
Right.
say that this one came from that one. Or
Yeah. You created it to be your own, or you make it to be your own. I got you.
You
I
don't
got
want
you.
to copy somebody else.
Right.
It's not your.
It's not your own. Right. Understand that. So, what details do you believe make the best photographs?
Light.
The right lighting always works.
Oh my God. So, I mean, I see so many photographs on Instagram or Facebook and sharing albums, and there's no light in the picture. I mean, there's no light in eyes. There's no shadows. There has to be light and shadow in an image, and that's the main thing in photography. That's what photography is. It's the study of light, or that's the meaning of photography. So that, and then expression. I try to get real expression and real.
Not the standard pose.
I mean, I do that too, but.
Well, the headshots that you did recently with me. I mean, we were just really playing around, and you got great shots of me just playing around, and that was natural, and
well, it helps that I'm an idiot. So I mean, I'm like
just so much fun.
Stumbling over my own words and tripping on my own equipment, and it kind of helps people loosen up. I mean, when you're real, your client's gonna be real.
That's very true.
So I try to make that happen.
Yeah, no, that's very true. Very true.
I mean, nobody likes to have their picture taken. I mean, well, except teenagers, but.
Don't they all?
Yes.
I have a nine-ager. Do I say that right?
Oh, yeah.
A nine-ager. She loves to take pictures, so I get that whatsoever. Okay, so I want to say we've come out of this pandemic, but not really.
Yes.
And so we've had to deal with a lot of things with COVID. And so how has that affected you? Or a bigger question is, how have you overcome obstacles with things like that?
COVID was hard for a lot of people. I had to shut the doors and couldn't photograph people. Mainly because I didn't want to get in trouble. I didn't want to catch it. I didn't want to pass it on to anybody. We were all scared. And I had a lot of clients calling, they go, can you just get me in? Can we just go to the park? And I'm like, no, dude, like that's like you gotta keep.
We're quarantined.
Yeah, you gotta make rules, man. But every obstacle just gives you another opportunity to do something else. So I decided to do my creative art illustration portraits. A lot of people were doing the portraits, and I'm like, that's not my thing. Because I like to control things, and I like to control wardrobe and lighting, and I just didn't feel like going to somebody's front porch where it wasn't thought out was my jam. So I had people send in pictures, and then I did the custom illustrated art pieces for them. And
I didn't know you did that. Okay, so now that you brought this up, elaborate what that means.
So they look like hand-drawn
pictures from a photograph that the person brought to you. Well, okay. I'll follow up with you on that. That's interesting. I didn't know you did that. Cool. Okay. So, what piece of advice would you give someone starting out in photography?
Take a business class.
Well noted. I will make a note on that.
You can know all the photography techniques and tips and tricks in the world, but unless you know anything about business, you're not going to make any money.
That's very true. That goes to saying with any entrepreneur.
It's a very expensive hobby.
With any business that you do, that's great advice to anyone starting out with whatever business that they're taking. That's why I was like, noted. I do need to get my butt in class. Okay, so what is your number one goal in the next 6 months?
Number one goal, I always have goals to learn something new, but I'm going to goal or thing I like to do.
What are you going to do in the next 6 months? Yeah.
So in the next 6 months, I'm going to be introducing a new style of senior portraits. It's going to be fun. Okay. Kind of cool, different that nobody else is doing, so it's going to be fun. I think the seniors are going to like it.
Well, we'll wait that out. We got till
you
next year.
Want a new headshot?
Oh yeah, okay. You know me. She's always talking me into this camera, y'all. Have y'all seen my headshot? I'll have to share it. I'll have to share it on the page. She took a couple of headshots, and one of them I just really I like the most. And then there's another one that's me being silly. But yeah.
But you might like this new vibe. It's kind of cool.
Okay.
It's been
Well,
good.
good. So now that we have kind of talked business, let's talk about some other things. Now, guys, you know good and well, this is October. I've been calling it Ghost-tober. October's my favorite month, and you guys know how much I love anything with paranormal, ghost stories, murder and mayhem, mystery, and all that. So, Courtney, I heard that you had some paranormal experiences or ghost experiences here, and as I say that, we hope not to have none right now.
Yeah.
So what's going on over here?
So, it was not long after I moved in.
Mhm.
I guess I've been in here maybe a year, maybe not. And I knew there were stories of there being energies in the building. I had done a session for a client who had driven in from Dallas. And I always put my media cards in the same place every day. I have a system of where things go, when they go, when I download. And I went to get the card to download it and start editing, and the card wasn't there. I'm like, they're always there. That's where they go. So I thought maybe I had knocked it off or something. So I started looking. I tore this studio apart looking for this memory card. I went through my camera bag. I went through the entire studio was gone through at least 5 times.
Wow.
And so then I started thinking, well, maybe I accidentally recorded over it because I'd had another session after that. So I bought software and went through all my discs to uncover images that have been recorded over.
Sure.
Didn't know you could do that, but you can. They weren't on there. And then I was sitting at the desk, and it was later that day. The phone rang, and I was like, okay, nobody was there. So I put the phone back on the thing, and at that point, something fell off the desk. So I went under the desk,
Oh my gosh.
and then there was nothing under the desk.
Oh no.
So I said, okay, God, what's going on? And my daughter and boyfriend were sitting at the table, so I was not here by myself. This was witnessed.
Oh my goodness.
And so they're like, I was like, are y'all messing with me? Like, did y'all just call the studio number? Just mess me? No. Okay. So then, I'm like, what's going on? So the phone rings another time. I go to answer it, and I'm not even joking. The memory card was sitting by the phone.
Where you had placed it originally?
No.
Oh, no? Or just sitting there by the
I
phone?
had answered the phone not 2 minutes before. The memory card was not there.
You sure your mom wouldn't play tricks on you, Courtney?
My daughter's boyfriend squealed like a 5-year-old little girl and ran out. He was like, I'm out. And I felt a presence here before, and after that, I had to have a quick come to Jesus meeting.
I bet you did. I bet you did.
Because it's like, listen, you can mess with stuff, but you can't be messing with my business. Because I was at the point where I thought I was going to have to call this client and either refund money or reshoot the entire session.
Sure.
I was like, okay, listen, look it.
And I was going to say, it had to be a little kid because he's playing tricks on you, or she's playing tricks on you.
Everything that happens, it's always like playing a joke, or he's moving something, trickster kind of thing. So,
You know, so
it's
are
always
you
been fun.
are you on the ghost tour? Because there's a ghost haunted tour that happens here. As a matter of fact, it starts tomorrow, doesn't it?
I think so.
Yeah. Are you on the tour?
I am.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's cool. Well, I mean, it's not cool about the ghost thing, but it's cool that you're on the tour thing. So I'm just gonna say I had a weird thing happen because I don't really know what happened, but I went to such a class, and big shout out to Ivor and Jeanette who owns that building.
They're amazing.
They are amazing, and I think they're on the ghost tour too, right?
They are on some tours you can go in, and some tours they're on a stop, but you just
okay.
go outside.
Okay. So anyways, I went up to the 4th floor. We did I don't even know where to start, but we were up there on the 4th floor. They took me up there. It's me and there's a couple other people that were there. And I really didn't think about anything, y'all. It's like I was feeling some weird vibes, I guess I would want to say, but I was like, yeah, this ain't real, that kind of thing, trying to shrug it off. Neither here nor there. I got caught up in the back corner of the room, and I just felt something overcome me. It was so weird, Courtney. Like, it made me so upset that I started to cry. Like, I didn't even know why. It's like it was just weird feelings, and very sad and emotional and stuff. And I felt my stomach started feeling funny, and I got all crazy. I was feeling crazy. Like, what is this? What's going on? Like I didn't know. And so Verna was a part of this, and because Verna, she started with the Ghost Town tour, and David, from Knight's Furniture and all that, and we were all there, and she was like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "No, I have to go. I have to leave. I don't know what's going on." And I was confused. I think I want to say.
Happened to me.
I was like, "What is going?" Out of nowhere, like all of a sudden. So, and then they kind of informed me a little bit about that little area over there. There's a lot, but the Touch of Class was a funeral home, or a funeral home or mortuary. I can't remember. Funeral home. I think it was a funeral home. Well, yes, true. And then plus the tornado that came through on Sherman, a lot happened there where there was like bodies that were stacked up on the sidewalk in front of it. So there's a lot of
so many people
died during that tornado, and them being at that time being the funeral home. So it was just it was just weird. It's kind of hard to talk about because it was just weird vibes.
The exact same thing happened to me on the 4th floor, and I'm pretty sure it's probably in that same room because it was in the back
corner
across from the elevator. Is it in that room where there's
it's
a
on the
drawing?
4th floor. Yeah, there's a drawing in it. Yeah, it is. It was weird.
I had gone up there. It didn't even have anything to do with the ghost tours. It was probably before that. We were storing stuff for downtown Sherman, and we were picking up buckets or signs for one of the things we do down here. And they had taken us back in that back room, and I couldn't move. I was stuck, literally stuck to the floor. And Verna was there.
Yeah.
And she saw me. She's like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "I can't breathe. I can't breathe." And it was like somebody was stepping on my chest. There was so much dread and so much pain and sadness.
Suffering and sadness, and
it was awful.
It stopped me in my tracks. I felt like I couldn't go forward, and then it was just overwhelming feeling. You know what I mean? And here's a funny. So after I left there, I had a meeting that I had to go to. So I put myself in check really quick. As soon as I left that meeting, I came home. Weird things were happening to me at the house. And so I don't know, I was like really hoping that I did not bring anything home. I know people think we're crazy talking about that, but I was like, weird things started happening at the house, and I was like, okay, this is just my mind playing tricks on me. I'm not gonna think that I had
to be cleansed, like my energy had to be cleansed. And I know
I know, but I feel you on that, and it's just so weird how that happened. That was an experience. But I will tell you one more. So there was I want to say it was the wine stroll. No, it was a wine stroll, and my family came up here. I believe it was a wine stroll, and one of my cousins came up here with one of her friends, and they went to the Touch of Class, and her friend went to the restroom. That restroom on that first floor restroom, and she was going to the restroom, and she said all of a sudden the faucet came on by itself, and she said she froze, and she was like, "What's happening here?" And she said she hurried up to get out of there, and she's like, if there's something here, would you please just turn the water off? You're scaring me, or something to that effect. And the water turned off.
Well, at least it was nice.
And so then she said, I'm getting ready to get out of there, and I tried to turn it on to wash my hands, and she said it wouldn't turn back on. She said, finally, I just left out of there. She said, I don't know what happened. It just got really weird. She said, and I started feeling something, and she said it was just weird that the water just came on by itself. So I know. So it was like, wow. So I've heard other people too that had experience where they felt somebody tugging their shirt and different things like that.
I've never had anybody feel anybody be touched in here.
Sure.
I have people come in all the time and say they can feel an energy, but it's always playful.
Yeah.
It's always, they feel like it's good energy.
Sure.
They just want to have fun. And I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, good. As long as we're fun.
As long as we're fun and nothing more than that. All right, guys. Well, Courtney, I want to just go ahead and tell you thank you so much for being on the show, and also thank you for hosting Hitting the Streets this month, guys. We have some more guests that are going to be that's going to come on the show, and we will be set up here. So thank you so much for doing this. And guys, please follow her page. So give us really quick where your social media's information.
Facebook is Courtney Mitchell Photography, and Instagram is Courtney Mitchell Photo.
All right, guys, make sure you follow her and please hit her up for any headshots, professional shots. It looks like she's got some more things coming for seniors.
Oh, yeah, newborns and families also. Christmas is coming up.
Oh, yeah.
Christmas cards. It's started now.
All righty. Thanks, Courtney. I appreciate it.